Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Hello, people of the internet. How are you doing? Jerry sends his apologies. He's off building stuff for work. So, Hello, Subdodger, Jimmy Stockwell, Jimmy Gorham, Danley, Orinoco, Demons Up, Manda. Welcome. As you already are bringing up the subject of Skellybobs, people might remember last week we talked about which Skellybobs are potentially the best. Did Lloyd bribe him to build Rome? Nah, don't. That's it. I'd be highly surprised. No need to die on any hill, James. So I did a poll on YouTube and on Mastodon, and the combined results are in. Let's go here, and we don't need that. So, as you can see, I made a choice between Wargames Atlantic's Skeleton Warriors, Mantic's Kings of War Undead Skeletons, North Star Oathmark Skeleton Infantry, and Warlord of L1 Skeleton Warriors. And by far, the North Star Skellybobs won. Now, one interesting comment on YouTube said, yeah, just buy the North Star the box who wins, and one of the Warlords. And that's exactly what I've done. So I put an order in with my friendly local game store for both of these boxes. Since both of them are currently on back order, I can't tell you when these will arrive. I'm still debating with myself if I should make just a video on them or have this interesting contest be a live stream of sorts. I'm towards tending to do a live stream because of that, just for the shits and gigglies, and to have all the cursing and then condense it down the line for a proper video. Will they arrive before my Battletech stuff from the Mercenaries Kickstarter? Maybe. The store has quoted them as to be on back order and to be in stock back Q1 2025. So technically, they've got 2 months to deliver. We will wait and see what will happen. Potentially, everything arrives at the same time, and yeah, it'll be interesting. Demon Sub's favorite skeleton is the one that's currently inside himself. Well, we're all just skeletons on a meat vehicle. Yeah, I could order from Warlord Direct and pay imports and stuff like that. Why would I? Even comparing just the prices of the items, I'd pay extra when ordering from Warlord, so nah, not happening. That's just silly money. I won't do that. Plus, I've put in extra 2 mini extensions for the board game that is Dwarf Romantic. Because suffering is one thing, Jill. Paying money for it is a different thing. James Stockwell is seeing the set of 90 Skellies for £50. That's still more than I'm paying for the Skellybobs now, I guess. Roughly. I'm quite unsure on the exchange rate on pounds to euros currently. Whatever. The order is set, the challenge is accepted, and we will see what will happen. I hope you lot are on the final stretch to finishing off your terrain stuff for Terrain Fest. I know I'm not. New box prices are always interesting, Joe. Especially since, well, yeah, they have fixed costs, but the margin they put on top is, well, guessing game. Roughly a pound is 120 euros, so that would be 60 euros. Am I right? Yeah, round about. Well, okay, so that would be a bit cheaper. Yeah, Wargames Atlantic is doing some interesting kits, but this was just a let the audience decide, and the audience voted. So, who am I to argue with the audience? Are you not doing hobby, or are you just sitting there waiting to be entertained? If that's the case, well, sucks to be you, because it's just me. There's no Jerry here. But I've been donating blood today again, so I'm already a bit lightheaded, and I'm going to have one of these. And to be fair, now I know what I forgot. I forgot to check if I have Skelly Bob paints. I might just do that. Hold on a second. Yes, I remember correctly, I have Army Painter Skelly Bob paint. Demon Sub is working on Gundam shields. Nice. No, not Brain Better Beige. It's actually Army Painter Skeleton something something. Let me take a quick peek to remember. Where's the bloody roll? Skeleton Bone, I think, is the rattle can. So, building Skelly Bobs, priming in Skelly Bone color, potentially dipping them, and I'm done. Demon Sub has 3 more Gundams on order. He blames John. Can't argue with that. No, James, I don't think Jerry feels ashamed about any remarks he does against any wargaming company. Jill is writing posts for projects, so hobby adjacent. Well, technically that's hobby more than I'm currently doing. And Amanda is filling gaps. Are you using a water-soluble putty, or what do you do? Daffit, thank you for subscribing with Prime Game. The Bezos money. Money doesn't smell, does it? Whoever came up with that term that money would smell. I love me the Vallejo plastic putty. It's the nice stuff. Goblin mold line removal. Good luck with that. Oh, and speaking with about good luck, companies seem to getting real bit in the bottom end. Ramshackle Games sounded rather desperate in their face page post today about, yeah, we need orders. Yeah? You're not shipping to the EU, so can't order, can I? And it's not just him. What's his face? Andy from House Images is again calling for aid. Speaking of people who are calling for aid, there's no sight or sounds of the train tutor in recent weeks. Hello, Zork. David is building Kriegers. Well, viel Spaß. Well, I could just finish painting the little murder teddy bears, but then I need to set up the painting stuff, and I can't be asked for that tonight. Oh, and the 28 magazine is now getting a Kickstarter with a hardback version of all current issues, which is a nice thing. But yeah, it's way too pricey for my taste with shipping to the EU again. Why? It's printed in the US as far as I know, and still gets shipped around the world. I'm hoping that the Kickstarter is getting lots of traction, because the Kickstarter itself stated, well, potentially, if we're making big money, we might be able to lower cost for EU backers and stuff. So here's hoping. Zorg has a Patus block. Use alcohol. It's a solution. So, sort of. Kind of. Not really. Cherry-flavored mead and then off to bed for old man Dutch. Yeah, but why distribute from the UK? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, technically, I guess the reasoning behind it is that mostly English-speaking people will back the magazine, which isn't. It's a reasonable thing to presume. Yeah, it's Dave Taylor. Hello, Maldroth. And Dincian is also here. Nice. Oh, Maldroth, thank you for the suggestion on YouTube about buying 2 boxes and making a comparison. It's happening, as you potentially have already seen. I mean, technically, if he's doing this as a retail book, stuff needs to be put somewhere. So potentially the books will be in retail cheaper than Kickstarter right now. I'm waiting to see what will happen. And the other Kickstarter that I'd like to have to talk about with Jerry tonight is the one by Westphalia for what you call it, Trench Crusade, which has very limited backing options. You have your custom pledge STL, custom pledge physical, and then the other 2 options is full in STL, full in physical. Ouch! So we will see what will happen then. I'm guessing that one is also already funded and done and dusted. I could just take a sneak peek. Hello, Mr. Kickstarter. Yes, it's already funded 1,440%. Jesus Christ. Well, okay, they just asked for 10,000 Canadian and are at 144,000 Canadian. You gotta hand it to them. The miniatures are just, the sculpts are, yeah, Westphalia. They've got some really talented sculptors up their sleeve. Huh. Yeah, I'm guessing the funding was already done by just looking at it. Alright, this is now on for how long? 6 hours or something? At most? Mir's launch a campaign, and there's a bunch of heroes, and options are 100 for all, and that's it. Yeah, I can kind of get if they say, yeah, we want to do a collection, and we're only going to make them if we get to make them all. I can live with that more than these dreaded Kickstarter exclusive stuff. If they use Kickstarter in that way and saying, yeah, if you can afford £100 pledge, we will make these minis happening, and after the Kickstarter, individual casts will be available to public consumption. Fine by me. That's kickstarting a mold. Kickstarting something. What's dangling? Bloody hell. These ear protection stuff thingies are crap. Yeah, Demon's Up, but basically 28 Mag campaign has only one item, so what more pledge level could there be? And I think they have an add-on where you can add additional versions of the book to have multis. Seconds to pay 5 working days to get it back. Yeah, something like that. And we're still waiting for our Battletech stuff. It's at least all now allegedly in the EU. Let me quote the horrendously long, informative, and very broad-speaking update for where is it? Battletech Mercenaries. Oh, come on. Off you go. Latest update. EU. This shipment has reached the hub and is getting checked in. Huh? What? Hello the days. Welcome to our little chit-chat. So basically, now the containers have reached shore, and Quartermaster Logistics is starting to count boxes. Any guesses on how long that will take before they start distributing? Yes, David, I hope so too. And when I put in the order for the both Skellybops boxes for tonight, I was this close to put in a box of what do you call them? Urban mechs and urban mech lands. But yeah, they look cute and all, but they play bloody awful. They will not just only find stuff missing, Dutch, they will find that boxes have been labeled wrong, and I'm going to be so relieved once that Kickstarter is done. Hello, Mr. Knutz. I don't know if that's GenQuest, David. They talk about Quartermaster Logistics all the time, so at this point, what will happen will happen. What will be delivered, and what will just never show up will probably never show up, and that's the part of the Kickstarter is an investment learning curve. Oh, and Woohoo has done another Kickstarter, or is running one, and they're also not shipping to the EU. So, yeah. No monies from me, except for the obligatory usual £1 here. Have a coffee on me. It's in the Game Quest hub that Quartermaster has shipped to. Eh? I can't even. Why? Oh, this is all just giving me a headache. The email said Game Quest. What email? Oh, okay. Grand. Could they by any stretch of the imagination do it even on a worst possible way, even if they tried? Could they? I can't even remember when the address confirmation email came. Let me have a look-see. You can't see my inbox. No, you can't. That's good. Where's the badly text? There's the badly text. Please confirm. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Please confirm your address for your Quartermaster Logistics and Catalyst Games Battletech fulfillment from Games Quest. Doom. Oh, let me see. I wonder if this works. Hold on a second. Doom. No, it doesn't work. Does that work? Doom. No, it's way too bright on top. Hold on. Come back. Okay, auto. Wait. Hold on a sec. I need an extra long stick like Jelly has. Apologies for wobbly webcam. Now, let's try this again. Doom. Well, probably would work better if I wouldn't have. Okay, no, I'm scaring myself. That's better. Sounds like the walls from Labyrinth. Need to watch that again. Oh, speaking of ancient films, the family and I watched Mrs. Brisby and the Secret of Nim on the weekend. And yeah, since the majority of movies I'd like to rewatch are not available on any streaming service whatsoever, I went on a DVD buying spree today, and I got myself a very odd selection of movies. So the first one I got was Enemy Mine. The second was a double DVD with Ghost in the Shell 1 and 2. The second was Fievel. No, that's the third. And the fourth was Barbie, the movie. No, Pete, not prawn movies. Hello, by the way, welcome. Have you towed Tuffy along? I'm not quite sure about the second one. Technically, I only got that version instead of the single edition DVD because it was just €1 more than the regular Ghost in the Shell 1995 version of the animation. So, looking forward to watching those. No, not the prawn movie. Well, but technically, well, some. Yes, the animated one, the original movie adaptation that's just 6 years after the manga. Yeah, some of the Ghost in the Shell stuff that's on streaming now is nice, but I really like the old school hand-drawn animation style. And given the fact that obviously due to weird distribution rights of movies, yeah, you're not getting these anytime soon or on any free service. So I'm not going to pirate them because I'm done with that. I'm going to buy the DVDs and put them on my little storage device and have them everywhere in my house. I mean, when I'm starting to think about animes from the 90s that I want, there are so fucking many. There's Dominion Tank Police, there's Cyber City Oedo, Appleseed. I already have Akira. What's the other face? I have the Macross Saga. No, doesn't need to require breaking the encryption. Because if you have region-free DVDs, that's usually not encrypted. Bubblegum Crisis. Dominion Tank Police, I already said. What was the other one? There were so many in that timeline I watched over and over again. Well, and for the naughty lot of you, Uritsukidoji, Legend of the Overfiend, and all its succeeding movies. Pet Labor, yeah, that's the one. David, I'm very happy for you that you have them on your DVD shelf. And actually, that's one of the reasons why I'm grabbing DVDs instead of Blu-rays, because Blu-rays are always some kind of encryption you need to get around to make them appear on disc. I enjoyed Ulysses 31 Zorg, but that's not that high on the list that I would go. Pardon me. Go out of my way and spend money. Full Metal Alchemist. That's a nice one, yeah. Guyver is also a very interesting take, yeah. And of course, let's not forget all the lovely Gundams. Later, David. Thanks for jumping by. There is something to those early 80s, 90s animation movies. You can see how they skipped corners, cut corners, skipped certain things at times, but Record of Lodoss War, that's one, yeah. Evangelion, that's the name that somehow missed my brain. There's something to be said about handmade animation. Good night, Dutch. And let's be fair, I'm not pretending that I'm understanding some of the very weird background stories that go on some of those animes. Blue-Eyed Samurai and what's the other? Cowboy Bebop. That's another one. Battle Angel Alita. There's just something about these things I can lose myself in completely. Maybe it's just because it hit home at the time. I don't know. yeah, Studio Ghibli is a given, but those are actually available on some streaming platforms and have been watched to death by now. I tried to watch the live action remake of Cowboy Bebop and somehow, nah, it didn't work. I mean, they tried, but still, live action. There's a point that at where animation just does things you barely can do with live action. But there are people who swear by it, so good on them. Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind. I could be happily sitting a whole weekend's worth of watching anime and chewing popcorn. But that would be highly irresponsible of me, because who would do the laundry? Who would feed the cats? I did watch the recent iteration of Lord of the Rings in cinema. The days. It's the story is not bad in general. But I feel the animation is very subpar. It just looks very cheap at times. It's it's like any of the current animation series on Netflix. You just see that almost everything is somehow done by computer-aided design, and it just meh. It's a nice story. It's well executed, but can't do that comparison, Pete. I haven't seen Cyberpunk 2077. I didn't even play the video game so far. The original Lord of the Rings cartoons have more spirit, and I'd be more forgiving because they tried something that hasn't been done before in that magnitude. So, yeah, they look weird at places, but at the same time, they have a very distinguishable art style, as the current Lord of the Rings movie just looks plain generic. It could have been a direct-to-DVD movie for all I care. It didn't have anything that screamed, I must be seen on the big screen. There's movies you need to see on a large screen in a giant theater, but not that one. Knights of Sidonia is also a very nice one. That's a very interesting comparison, James. New Horrorium and a Crest sandwich. Yeah, but I think it fits. It's better than Lord the Rings of Them Powers. At least what acting is to be heard from the voicing overs. Oh, and while we're on the subject of animation, if you are looking for some really weird fantasy trope anime, give Delicious in Dungeon a go. It's silly, but it's fun kind of silly. Oh, James, today I saw a comic about Section 31, and I don't think I'm going near that. um, Again, Pete, haven't seen Vox Machina. It's it, technically it's straight on Dungeons and Dragons, but with the silly twist that the adventurers do not have any supplies and are left to eat the monsters in the dungeon. And what's the other animation? There's this animation show about a cooking school where they do every fight off with a kitchen battle. What was that called? Imagine that crossover with Dungeons and Dragons, and you'll have what Delicious in Dungeons is. Yeah. What was that called? Need to look that up now. Excuse me. Hang on. No. Food Wars. Shokugeki Iki no Suma. So yeah, Food Wars. That's silly anime. Yeah, Jill, I get what you mean about time management and watching versus painting. Just in case you ever have a painting block, put Delicious in Dungeons on your watch later list. It's low brain effort, silly nonsense, but at the same time very enjoyable to watch. The last thing you lot watched that made you want to get a miniature inspired by your viewing? Good question. I couldn't really tell. I really can't. To be fair, I think actually there would be stuff from Star Wars Rogue One and Andor. But that's so far in the past, I can't even remember if it would be that. Oh, and speaking of Star Wars, I'm getting a little turn here now. Revell is just showing off their new stuff for 2025, and they're getting new Star Wars models, and one of them is a special X-Wing that's sort of kind of fitting the scale of Star Wars Legion, so that's good. But they're also starting to do busts and bigatures. And they're starting with World of Warcraft. For whatever reason, I thought it would be a good idea to start with World of Warcraft for doing busts and bigatures. Let me see if I can find pictures quickly. I know they're in here somewhere. Oh, there it is, and I barely could stand hearing that because, oh god, I'm not going to go into that. Where is it? No. Yeah, so, let me pause this. Ambiguate a wee bit. Where's you lot gone? Oh no, I lost my audience. Wrong. There it is. So, the Lich King. Hello, Crispin. We're talking about Revel doing bigatures. The Lich King World of Warcraft miniature set announced for August 2025. And the other thing they're shown off is Thrall, the Orc, for August 2025. This is from the new releases video, because on the homepage there's just nothing. There's placeholder images. So I'm wondering, whoever at Revel thought, yeah, let's get World of Warcraft bigatures. You're going to buy what? Elric of Wildenboon. That looks like a bigature as well. Do you need to paint that, or is that a pre-painted thingamajig? Everything is useful as a giant Orinoco. Oh, it's a toy. So, yeah. James wants a 28mm Colonial Marine APC and dropship. Wasn't there one? I think there have been models made of that. I'm pretty sure if you go to Amos Paints from last year or so, there's a video he's shown off stuff he has for Alien. Dune minis, but the classic Dune. Well, if we're going that far, somebody make Dune models, but from the never finished version of, or what's his face? Salvatore Dali. Could be Protoss Jill. I know that Dave from MS Paints talked about them, and he actually has them, and the kit was not so great. He had to do a lot of filling and filing. Yes, the days you can't beat Sting in metal underwear, but that's just... I don't want that on minis. I mean, we could also go the other way around. What movie, series, whatever video kind of thing have you seen recently that you absolutely do not want as a miniature? I'd say everybody who appears on the news now don't want you as a manager. Please go away. Everybody who appears on the news is
Bastard.
Hello, Mr. Dave Huttlebuttle. You've missed us ranting about anime, Kickstarters that are not being delivered on time, and releases by Revell. And now we're talking about miniatures we have seen, or things we've seen on TV and movie that we'd like to have as a miniature. I consider some politicians as minis. I can strap to Chaos Hearthstones. The mission can be how do we help Chaos to get on with. Well, open wallet is all fine and dandy if there's nothing in supply. There's all the money in the world. Basically can't change anything about that. Well, that being said, there's 3D printing in the world, so I'm guessing somebody will have made something. Papa Trumbull. Yeah, no. No. Next person will be suggesting having, what's it called? Oh, grow up my names. Ah! The Iron Lady, what's her face? Prime Minister, Maggie Thatcher as a shambling zombie. Or white. Thatcher the White. Would she maybe even be a necromancer? Shambling along. Yeah, Dave, you're saying that's too close to home. I'm on the receiving end every time somebody makes a joke about World War II Germans. So get a taste of your own medicine. Yes, Demon Sap, of course. Necromancers. Apologies to the necromancers out there. You shouldn't be mentioned in the same. Hatcher the Milk Snatcher as a weird wet nurse. God. What have I done? Let's make amends for necromancers. Let's build some skeleton models just to appease the necromancers. The fun thing about that challenge now is when the parts arrive, at least from what I've gathered is on sprues, I'll be having lots of bony parts to spare if I build every Skellybob. So I'm already thinking on what to use them for. So many Skellybob heads and arms. Maybe I just start building a skull throne. Whatever did the necromancers do for us? Oh, Dave, that's below the belt. Necromancers are underpaid, they could do with a raise. That's my level of humor here. Don't you dare take my spot as condenser. Oh, I need to get rid of this animation thingamajig here. I tend to start looking over. Where did this go? Where is my... Oh, beam rifle for Demon Sub. Where's my last orders? No, that's not it. If I only knew when I bought it. No. No. Huzza, no. Ah, there it is. Skeleton bone spray. Yeah, that's the one. Just needed to make sure about the naming conventions. Post-mortem communicators. Yeah, they all get their edition of the Telenecronomicon. Wasn't that also a quote on Discworld? Don't call them necromancers. I feel there was something wrong in those lines. Need to... Yes, see? See? I knew it. Pratchett, making money. With one of my favorite named characters, Moist. From Litvik. He's moist. The football one, wasn't that called The Unseen University? Can't remember the English title. With Trevor Likely kicking the can in the most literal sense. The game of ball and foot. Unseen academicals. Yes, see? My Google is almost as quick as your replies. You were reading this in the morning. That's nice. There's something to be said to be reading Pratchett. It's relaxing. I've seen a few unboxing videos by necromancers on YouTube. I'm almost done reading the art book that I got for Christmas. It's such a joy to just look at the pictures and see all the details. The paintings are just so lovely. Well, being late because you're reading a book is possibly the most valid reason to be late in my book. Only reason to be late that's more viable is if you have a cat sleeping on your lap. You can't wake the cat. Never wake the cat or pet the cat. Just let the cat be cat. Blimey. Let me unbox this effort. Or as some famous, what's it called, librarian would say. Exactly, James. Nothing can be done if a cat is sleeping on your lap. You just have to sit and wait. Sooner or later, they will get up and be hungry. But until then, you'll need to just sit there and enjoy the silence. Unless the cat snores, then... Now... I have the feeling there was something miniature related I also wanted to talk about, but I can't really put my head around what it was. Yes, James, basically it's cheese tags with dogs, but in a more violent way. Can you imagine, James Stockwell, Putin not being a dog guy but a cat guy? He wouldn't get up and be able to do all the things he does just on the basis that he would need to sit down and have the cat on his lap. Yes, Dave, some dogs are weird too. We get that. So you can have a dog on your lap. And if you're very, very unfortunate, you have a very large dog on your lap. Cats only get yay big. Dogs, on the other hand, can be yay big and think they're yay big and still want to sit on your lap, and you'll be crushed to death. How long does it take for your legs to be... for your legs to come back to life after that, man? Yes, Newfoundlands that think they still can be handled as puppies is... it's getting more interesting the smaller the handler gets. Oh, you're speaking about Dr. Claw. No, Dr. Claw never had the cat on his lap. It's just off to the side. And if we're talking about bad guys with cats, just go and watch any James Bond movie. And technically, they don't get up and do things. They just sit there and press buttons. So, yeah, people can do bad things when they have a cat on their lap, but they need to be in a certain position.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Yes, Demons Up. In James Bond, there's pussy galore. Indeed, there is a character named Pussy Galore. Now I'm thinking about Sunday morning cartoons. Inspector Gadget, Ulysses 31, Jason and the Wheeled Warriors, Transformers, Robotics. And all the others. But we've been there before. Let's not start that again. Doing Dr. Claw really does a number on your vocal cords. Thunder, thunder, Thundercats! Did you know that basically when they use the sword to point the big cat eye in the sky, they are literally using a big laser pointer to summon all the cats? Denzian, I hate to break it to you, there are official Transformers miniatures out there. And I can even show you. Hold on. I'll do a Jedi for you. There's RC. Fully painted and assembled. And... hang on. Can you see? They're from WizKids. I can't remember what the line is called. They are very nice models. Yes, Soundwave. Good night, James Stockwell. Foundry Skellies. They are still being made, as far as I know, Maldroth, but somehow they really have a hard time getting them over here to Germany. I only got the RC one and this one because I put in orders with my local store when I first heard of them, and that's all they got. There was a... what's the Generation 1 red Transformer? That's not the... ambulance. That was also planned to be released, and yeah, that's never got here. Ironhide, that's the one. Yeah, and they're actually just like the Generation 1 cartoons, 1-to-1, and I'd be buying them all if they would be available. They're just lovely miniatures. They just look like straight from the cartoon. And they come with little decals for your Decepticon and Autobot. I'm not sure why WizKids isn't doing them on a broader scale. I can't believe that there wouldn't be any market for them. Or is there still one on my wish list? Let's have a look-see. I don't think there is. No, they removed it from the catalog. So I'm guessing they're not getting any more of them. Oh, you know what we need? We need a collection of miniatures, all from the same actor, namely, what's his face? Oh, bloody hell. Fucking hell. Hans Gruber. Jeebus Christ. What's the actor's name again? Snape from Hogwarts. Hans Gruber from Die Hard. Jeebus Christ. Alan Rickman. Yes, we need a miniatures collection of Alan Rickman in his various roles. And then we can make an advent calendar. And it's Christmas when Hans Gruber hits the floor. A friend of mine actually has an advent calendar on that note. There's a little Hans Gruber miniature going down at a... I find that very hilarious. No, the YouTube says we stopped, so we go on. Yeah, of course you go on, wanker. No, I don't mean an element calendar, Dave. No. Bad, Dave. Bad. Shoot the glass. And I don't care what anybody says, it's a Christmas movie. A Christmas movie by vote of the majority. From our man Flint? What are you talking about, Orinoco? Surely there can't be more than one Hans Gruber, can there? Let me check, because you usually tell me weird stuff. The Metatron Demon Sub? Yes. Alan Rickman as the Metatron is very nice. Good night, the days. Have a good sleep. Okay. Spy-fi comedy. Okay, okay. Who the fuck? Michael St. Clair is Hans Gruber. Okay. You live and learn. That's a very odd choice. But, well. We're coming back to weird movies again, are we? If you want weird movies, you just go 7TV and buy all their miniatures. Or we could do a graveyard diorama with all the dead characters that have been played by Sean Bean. And have Shop be the graveyard groundmaster on the watch. Is there any other actors that have done similar fates? I wonder. I mean, there have been multiple actors being typecast for the same thing over and over again, but Christopher Lee? Hawken? There's a lot of Christophers. Oh, we could do a Christopher cemetery. Good night, Amanda. Christopher Lee as Dracula. Didn't he also play movies where he was Dracula's enemy? I feel to remember. Maybe? What's that you're showing? Sean Bean Death Reel? No, we're not watching that. That's way too many deaths for one episode. I'll be watching that later. Let me just put this on my watch later list. Where's my watch later list? Watch it later. I wonder if Catalyst Game Labs is doing their updates on BattleTech now, previous to their streams, to avoid people nagging them on stream. I'm going to say yes. Has there any other actor died more in a movie than Sean Bean? I don't know. I guess not. Not counting actors who only work as extras in the background and have a tendency to play roles in zombie apocalypses or something. I'm dead zombie number 2. You can see my brains there and there. There any news? No. Sad face. Christopher Lee, did he die that often? Well, I guess he did die a lot as Count Dracula. But isn't that technically a death when he's playing an undead? "61 times? Jeeps Christ. That linked most deaths in the movie career. These characters have been hanged, defenestrated, struck by lightning, staked, stabbed, the most common cause of his demise, shot, burned, electrocuted, dissolved, crushed, blown up, beheaded, bitten by a snake, and crashed into the moon. This number includes the instances which the Dracula star started the movie undead and was later dispatched, and when he dies more than once in the same movie. According to research published on the Internet Movie Database, Lee is ahead of Vincent Price and Dennis Hopper, both 48 deaths, John Hurt, 43 deaths, Boris Karloff, 42, Lance Hendrickson and Danny Trejo, 41 deaths, Eric Roberts, 38, Bela Lugosi, 36, Mark Hamill, 30, Michael Biehn, 29, Mike Rourke, 28, and Sean Bean, only 25. Huh. This research refutes the widely reported fact that British actor Sean Bean has been killed off more than anyone else. Maybe it's just because Sean Bean always plays characters you actually don't want to see die. I think that's the main point. The other are probably more or less always the villains which you expect to die sooner or later. And I think Sean Bean has always played roles that are more or less sympathetic. There is some maths that you could do and do a relative thing. Plus, Christopher Lee is actually dead, so he can't die in movies anymore, which Sean Bean technically could. So if he would just now make a lot of movies and just die all the time, that would be an interesting way of challenging the record. And again, I'm still unsure on if you should count undead beings being unalived again. I feel that's kind of cheating, especially if it's the same character that's coming back over and over again. It's like the white shark. Yeah, he's back. Did you kill him? No, because obviously he's back. Yeah, Demon so Groundhog Day is the most deaths of the same character in one movie. Over and over again and again. Although I'm not sure, did they ever put up a number on how often he wakes up again? I mean, oh, excuse me. I'm not sure he's dying all the time. I can't even remember how he escapes that dreaded time loop. Feel it could like be something that he cut off his own dick or something. Which probably didn't happen in that movie. Hopefully. That would raise the age rating somewhat. Well, for this being a hobby hangout on the subject of tabletop miniatures, we actually made quite a good progress on not talking about miniatures. Which I'm all okay with, because, as I stated in the intro, I'm a wee bit lightheaded, and there's not much I can... not much news I can grab on, except for maybe looking at what news are available over at on tabletoplead.com or any other site that does miniatures, and I think you've seen those articles as well, so I'm not going to try to bore you and reiterate what Ban has already written so eloquently. 10 years, Jeebus Christ. You must have gone mad by then. The can has been emptied. My brain is foggy. It's getting late. I want to go to bed. Oh, that's totally fine, Meldroth. Having a week that's slow and where you can just enjoy what you've got is good. Well, I guess Demon Sub, that's the only news that actually is something that really tickled Ben's fancy second edition of Barrels and Badges. Thank you a lot for being here. If you're watching this on YouTube still, way to go. Very proud of you. What are you doing? I hope to see you a lot next week, and hopefully Jerry will be not so busy. And good luck with your hobby, whatever you're doing. Tatty bye. Oh, wait. Before we leave, we must turn off the light. It's time to go home. Goodbye. Goodbye.